She wakes up every day at 5 a.m. sharp. Even though her eyes are still a bit sleepy, she still applies her makeup with practiced ease. She gently removes the tiny hairs on her body. Then she uses a curling iron to create voluminous hair. After all this, there's not a single smile on her face, because of a complaint her boyfriend made. So she uses foundation to cover the fatigue on her face. She's long forgotten what she used to look like. All her efforts are just to receive a compliment from her boyfriend. Then her boyfriend tells her to cut back on sugar. Alice no longer dares to touch any sweets. Irony is this health rule only applies to her, yet her boyfriend continues eating the sweets. He even reminds her to carefully control her diet and figure Alice always thought this was her boyfriend's way of showing love. But in reality, she's long been silently controlled by him. To support her boyfriend's career, Alice even willingly becomes his model for painting. She doesn't feel any discomfort with the painting. Instead, she feels proud to be his model. She even invites her friends over to see. She introduces her friends to her boyfriend. However, her boyfriend doesn't seem to want her to talk to Sophie for too long. He makes an excuse to take Alice away. Only near the end of the exhibition does she finally have some time to chat with Sophie. They plan to have a meal together with Tess next time. A week later, Alice meets up with her two friends Sophie and Tess excitedly share interesting stories with her. But Alice seems a little tense, because the waiter keeps sneaking glances at her. So her friends tease her jokingly. Alice quickly asks them to stop saying things like that. At that moment, her phone suddenly rings. She jumps in shock because her boyfriend demands that she report her whereabouts at all times. Alice tries to ignore the texts from her boyfriend. However, her boyfriend suddenly demands that she send a selfie. She hurriedly goes to the bathroom and takes multiple photos. Eventually, she picks the best one and sends it to him. After the gathering ends, Alice quickly says goodbye to her friends and heads home. She doesn't dare let Simon know she spent too much time with her friends. She anxiously twirls her hair. Fortunately, when she gets home, she finds that her boyfriend isn't back yet. She quickly changes into her pajamas and pretends she's been home the whole time. However, she finds a note in her coat pocket. It's the phone number from the waiter who secretly slipped it to her. Alice quickly rushes to the sink. She washes the note under the faucet. She doesn't relax until the paper dissolves completely. When Alice meets her boyfriend, he's complaining about how hard his work is. At this moment, Alice keeps comforting him. She doesn't dare tell him directly that she plans to go on a trip with her girlfriends. She hides in the bathroom, not knowing how to begin. Alice again nervously tugs at her hair. Finally, she tells her boyfriend that she has a business trip. All she gets is his mocking laugh. When she and her friends drive to a quiet countryside, originally happy, Alice receives a text from her boyfriend. This makes her think again about how he constantly belittles her and secretly sows discord between her and her friends. He even forbids her from interacting with any men. After being mentally controlled by her boyfriend for so long, Alice starts to feel like she has so many flaws. Only her boyfriend doesn't seem to mind her and still loves her deeply. Soon, the three of them arrive at the familiar little cabin. It's Tess's childhood vacation cabin, filled with memories of countless beautiful moments shared with her friends. Alice, Sophie, and Tess have known each other for over 20 years. Every year, they find opportunities to come back here. This reunion not only continues their deep sisterly bond, but also celebrates Tess's upcoming 35th birthday. Compared to the relaxation of the other two, Alice still appears a little tense. She worries that her boyfriend will be upset if she hides the truth. He might get angry. Even before going to bed at night, she still sends her boyfriend a picture of herself. Only when he replies does Alice feel at ease enough to sleep.